Alright, I wanted to give you guys a week 2 update on the meat chickens. Today is Saturday. It is August 27th, and I'm getting a little bit of a late start this morning. This is probably the first time that I've slept in past 7, and as long as I can remember, probably about 7:45 right now. I usually am up and out of bed by 6:05, so let's go and take a look at the chicks. Well, I gotta show you guys something first. It is a beautiful morning this morning. We have been having rain consistently for about 3 weeks now straight, which is unheard of for the desert region that I live in. And so everything is green. It feels like fall, honestly. Like, I just looked at my phone and it says that it is 66 degrees outside right now, which is just amazing. I feel like normally it would be like 75 degrees right now at 7:45 in the morning. So it's nice and cool. I didn't have to worry about getting up early to let my chickens out because the egg-laying chickens have an automatic door that I can work from my phone, and I can set it up on a schedule to where it opens up at the same time every morning and closes at the same time at night, or I can go on my phone and manually open it or close it at any time. This little bucket on top, I know it's kind of ugly, but that's just to waterproof the mechanism so that it can be outside. Overall, it works great. Now, what I came in here to show you guys is this is little Churro, one of my teenagers. I was raising up 5 chicks this late summer, and Churro decided that this little chick was going to be a rooster. This little Churro is a rooster. So out of my 5 chicks, I have 1 boy and 4 girls. Now, my next door neighbor has 3 roosters already, and I don't really enjoy having roosters. So recently I talked to my neighbor, and she clipped the wings on her rooster that was coming over to this yard, just so that I could give my girls a break from getting mated. So now her roosters are staying in her yard and my chickens are staying in my yard. And these are some of the pullets that I have. We have Margarita, who's a girl. We have Miss Gordita, who's a girl. And in the back right there, that's Flauta. We have Guacamole, and then Churro. So those are my 5 babies. So with Churro being a boy, I don't want a boy chicken. I'm really happy with my girl chickens. I have my 9 adult laying hens, and then now with the 4 young teenage hens that will start laying hopefully by the end of the year or early into the early months of next year. They should start laying, so that'll leave me with 13 laying hens, which is just an ideal number for me right now. With the 9 chickens being older, they're not quite as productive as they used to be, and then I'm going to have the fresh layers who are going to be laying really well their first year. So what am I going to do with this rooster that I don't want? So this Churro, little Churro, I actually plan on rehoming him to my sister's house. My sister, she's never owned chickens before. She lives about 6 hours away in Austin, Texas, and she is moving on to some property with a little bit of acreage this fall, and she wants to add backyard chickens to her little homestead that they're moving on to. So she wants a rooster. She is going to probably adopt some adult hens already when she moves on to that property instead of raising chicks, and then she can add little Churro to the flock as the resident rooster. So he's gonna have several acres to live on, and he can have a really happy life with his own flock of chickens. So I'm gonna keep raising him up. Right now he's a cockerel, he's a teenager, he's an immature rooster. I'm gonna keep raising him up for the next few months and handling him daily and trying to ensure that he is a friendly rooster. And as long as he continues to develop with the sweet disposition that he has, he is gonna be moving in to my sister's family this fall or this winter. Right, little churro? Sounds like a great excuse for a road trip, right? I usually do not have the chicken yard this messy looking. With how much rain we've been having, I just discovered that we are actually in a flood zone. Did not know that. Now, when it rains a lot, water actually flows through this yard. Not something that I've had to deal with because I live in a desert and it just doesn't rain very much. In the past 3 weeks, we have had more than our annual average rainfall just in the past couple weeks. And the first day that it started raining, we got like almost 9 inches of rain, and that is our average rainfall for the entire year. And then it continued to rain for 3 weeks. So I haven't really been raking out this yard as much as I usually do because I've just been waiting for the rain to stop. Now that the chicks are 2 weeks old, they are able to go outside and inside whenever they want during the day, and then they're still cooped up at night. But they have a lot more room to do chicken behaviors like climbing up and roosting on things. They can scratch around in the dirt. When it's a little bit drier, they can dust bathe. I'm gonna clear out this area right here and try to get them some access to dirt, and I'll put some fresh dirt in here that they can dust bathe in. And they are curious, really active and running around. I am interested to see how their activity changes in the coming weeks as they get a little bit chunkier. So these little nuggets, yes, they're cute. I keep telling myself that you know, the humane time to harvest these chickens is at 8 weeks. If you try to raise them up into adulthood, it's not recommended. They would have to be on a very special restricted diet, and they just aren't very active. So it's actually, I mean, harvesting them at 8 weeks is the humane thing to do with this particular type of chicken. So I'm trying to compartmentalize that. Even though these little cute fluffy little chicks, yes, they are really cute chicks right now, but they were designed to be meat, and that is what they're going to be. So compartmentalize. These are not egg-laying chickens. If I tried to raise them up to adulthood, the hatchery even said that they won't lay eggs because, you know, they're going to be too obese. They're not going to be healthy enough to lay eggs if you were to raise them up to adulthood. So these little Cornish crosses, they're little nuggets. These meat chickens certainly are cute at this stage. You know, they do look kind of cute at this stage. However, I have been holding back and refraining from handling these chickens just so that they can live their life and be happy and healthy. It's not necessary for me to handle them too much when they are going to be processed in a few weeks. I'm just letting them, you know, have their happy, healthy little chicken lives. Look at them napping over there. Oh, they're so cute. Look at that little dog pile. They're all napping. Get to roost. They get to eat. They just like to lay down and eat. Look at that chicken laying down to eat. They eat all the time. But with an egg-laying chicken, like my 5 little teenagers that I have in the other yard, I handled those every single day, and I continue to handle them every day. That way, with the egg-laying breeds, I want to be able to handle them because I'm going to have them for their entire life. They're going to grow up, they're going to be in my flock for years. So I want to be able to handle them so that they are friendly if I need to administer any kind of medication, or if we need to treat them for mites or anything, I want to be able to handle the chickens and not have them run away, make a big goose chase, literally. I want to be able to handle them, and they come when they're called. They know their names. They're very, very friendly chickens. Now with the meat chickens, I'm really trying not to handle them because honestly, it just would make me get attached and make it a little bit harder to process them. So with these meat chickens, I am coming in here and I'm refilling their food and water. I will handle them to put them up at night because at 2.5 weeks old, these meat chickens are not the brightest. The egg-laying chickens would have already figured out to go in there at night, but the meat chickens, they all just kind of pile up over here and don't know how to go back in at night. And so I come and I'll put them back in. They're really not nearly as smart as the egg-laying chickens. So I only handle them when necessary, and they are quite wild. If I wasn't in the run right now, they would be all through here playing around, and right now they're kind of in the corner. So I'm gonna give them their space, let them be chickens. So I keep talking to Josh, and I sometimes refer to the chicks as babies, which is not ideal. So because I do that with the egg layers, I'll be like, I went and checked on the babies and they're doing great, and he's like, the nuggets. I'm like, yes, I went and checked on the nuggets. I really gotta not put it in my brain that they're babies. They are food. We're growing a food source, and the food source is young at the moment, and it's gonna grow up and it's gonna be food. The nuggets are doing good.